Good morning, students. Now, in this tutorial, we will learn about implementation of stop and wait protocol. So, to implement the stop and wait protocol using Java. So, before that, you must know about what is stop and wait protocol. See, the stop and wait protocol, it uses both flow control and error control. In this protocol, here the sender it sends one frame at a time. The sender it sends one frame at a time, and it waits for some acknowledgement before sending the next one. So until it will get receive the acknowledgement, it will hold the packet. Okay. So to send a one frame at a time, and it waiting for an acknowledgement before sending the next one. Suppose if it detect the corrupted frames, okay, to detect the corrupted frames, here we need to add a CRC to each data frame, that is cyclic redundancy check. Okay, so we need to add CRC to each data frame. When the frame arrives at the receive site, it is checked. If its CRC is incorrect, the frame is corrupted and it will be silently discarded. Okay, once it found the incorrect, automatically it will get discarded. The silence of the receiver is a signal for the sender that a frame was either corrupted or lost. Okay, so here every time the sender it sends a frame, so it starts a timer. Okay, so once it starts a timer, every time it has sends a frame. If an acknowledgement arrives before the time expires, the timer is stopped and it sends the next frame. If it has one to send, okay, once it starts the send, when the time sender is starts the timer, once it reaches at the packet to the receiver it will replay to the sender before it will get time expired. So what will happen? Immediately the timer is stopped and it sends the next frame. If the timer expires, the sender resets the previous frame. Okay, once the time will get expired, the sender resend the previous frame, assuming that the frame was either lost or corrupted. Okay, what the sender it will think means, the sender it will assume our frame is either lost or corrupted, so that it will send the previous frame. Okay, so this means that the sender is used to keep a copy of a frame until its acknowledgement arrives. Okay, so anyhow it will keep the one copy of the data until it acknowledgement arrives. Once when the acknowledgement get arrives, it will lost that previous data. Okay, they omit the previous data, discard the previous data, but still once it sends, but is waiting for the acknowledgement. But once it doesn't get the acknowledgement, what will happen? They will resend those frame, copied frame, to the receiver. Okay, so when the corresponding acknowledgement arrives, the sender discards the copy. Once it arrives, the sender it discards the copy and sends the next frame if it is ready. Okay, and it sends the next frame if it is ready. So only one frame and one acknowledgement can be in the channel at any time. Only one frame and one acknowledgement can be in the channel at any time. Okay, so the advantages of this stop and wait protocols are limited buffer size, sooner error detection, and it prevents one session occupying medium for long period. So these are the advantages of stop and wait protocols. See this diagram. This is sender side. This is receiver side. So once the timer, this is timer position. I indicate this timer. Once it starts the timer, the sender it sends the frames to the receiver, okay, which is before the timer get expired, it will receive the acknowledgement here. Okay, so look at the second figure. The sender, when the timer starts, timer starts, the sender it sends the frame, but in between medium there will get lost or damaged or corrupted. It doesn't reach the receiver position. So, but the sender is waiting for acknowledgement from the receiver. Once the timer get expired, what it thinks means our frame is lost in or corrupted. So we need to send resend that the same frame to the receiver. Okay. Likewise, the sender it will assume. So the sender again it starts to send the same previous frame, because once it doesn't receive the acknowledgement, the sender it will copy your frame until it will get acknowledged. Once it gets acknowledged, the copied frame will get discarded. Okay, but it never, the acknowledgement is not yet received. So what it thinks means our frame is get lost or damaged. So we need to resend the same frame to the receiver. So the frame is again there starts to send the same frame to the receiver. Now the receiver sends the acknowledgement here before the time will get expired. So no problem. This is the proper communication. So this is what on stop and wait protocol. And I will show you next scenario, one more scenario. Here see, sender side, receive side. So timer it starts. So sender it sends the frame to the receiver, but receiver it receives the frame. So immediately it will send the acknowledgement. But in between there will be get some lost or corrupted. So the acknowledgement is not never reaches at the sender before the time get expired. Okay, so that time also the sender it will think our frame is not yet reached there. So we need to send the resend that previous frame. So the sender it starts to resend the previous frame. Once it reaches at receiver side, the receiver sends the acknowledgement. The acknowledgement will be received at before the time get expired in the sender part. Okay, this is another case. And I will show the fourth demonstration also. So this is sender side, this is receiver side. The timer it sends the it starts. This is timeout period. Okay, the sender it sends the frame. The receiver it sends the acknowledgement to the sender. Again, once it get acknowledged, it will send the next frame, which frame is ready. So those frame it will be sent to the receiver. Okay, so now the receiver receive this frame, next frame, and it sends the next acknowledgement. Okay, so practically here in system we will take consider sequence number is 1001 like that, alternative number 101010 like that. Okay, frame sent and received. So this is the basic concept of stop and wait protocol. Okay, now I will show you the demo also, how to implement this stop and wait protocol in by using Java. Okay, I will show it here, no problem. See this one more concept, stop and wait protocol. This is sender side, this is receiver side. It sends the data and also it sends the acknowledgement to the sender. In between these two period, we call it as waiting time period. Okay, once data sent, time period is between the data sent and acknowledgement received. Okay, in between this period, we call it as waiting time. So stop, wait, right? So it is the simplest flow control method. In the sender, it will send one frame at a time to the receiver. The sender will stop and wait for the acknowledgement for the receiver from the receiver. This time, that is the time between message sending and acknowledgement receiving. Okay, that is why we call it as waiting time. It's called as waiting time for the sender. And the sender is totally idle during this time. Okay, when the sender gets the acknowledgement, and then it will send the next data packet to the receiver and wait for acknowledgement again. So, and this process will continue as long as the sender has data to send. Okay, I will show it in demo. Okay, I hope now you understood about the what is stop and wait protocol in communication network. Okay, now I will show the demo in Java. Right? Just a minute. Go to run command prompt window. Okay, so before that I have the source code there. I'll save it in this window. That is my default D colon C. Show here. So in D, Java. So in this folder, in this folder, so already I saved one program here, Java program. Okay, so that is a sender program and receiver class. Okay, sender class and receiver class I already showed here with double quotation. Okay, see in book content, manual content, I first take this code and I just copied this in notepad and save extension with Java within the double quotation. This is the basic concept now. So I already saved our files in here. Now I just show in this video, I will show the output. Okay, demonstration of this code. Right? See, first I open the command prompt window here, run command prompt. I opened it. Okay. Now in this command prompt, I typed it here because it is a C folder, but my file is stored in the D drive. Inside the D drive, I create one Java folder. There I store my sender file and receiver file. Okay. Now I want to compile, take the file from in D drive. Okay. For that, I give this command. So cdd dot. Okay. Again cdd dot. Now D colon. Okay. Sorry. D colon. Okay. Now it comes to D drive. But inside the D drive, where my file is stored in Java folder. So I give the Java and hit the enter button. Okay. Now it enter into the Java. Sorry. Actually, you are not giving very Java. So give cd space Java. Now it entered into the Java colon. Okay. First D colon. I change the directory. For directory, I give D colon. Change the directory. Then when I want to inside my folder in the D drive, I give cd space folder name, that is Java. Okay. Only the two step will be done here. Second thing is I want to compile my first thing is you want to compile the receiving side and then you compile the sender side. Okay. So first I open the one command prompt for receiving side. So receiver is here cd Java compiler Java. Okay. Java space file class name is receiver here. So receiver file name is at the extension Java. Now our program will get it going compiled now. Okay, waiting for just a minute. Yeah, now it will be compiled. No error in this program. The output is displayed as a waiting for connection. Yeah, now receiver is waiting for to connect from the sender. Okay, so for that only first you have to run the receiver program and then you run the sender program. Okay, now I'm going to open one more command window, run command. Okay, I open the command prompt. So in command prompt, change the drive here as usual, cd dot dot, then cd dot dot, then D colon. Okay, then CD space Java. Then I want to compile my sender program now. So sender class's name is Java C space sender, SENDER. Okay, sender dot Java. Extension is Java. Now your sender Java program is going to compiling. So wait a moment. Yeah, here also there is no error. So it will comes to next slide. Now I am display. I want to show your display output. Okay. So sender Java. Right now Java space sender. Now Java space sender. Okay, waiting for connection. So I just show these two window at a time. See, first thing is Java waiting for connection. So once it starts the sender, okay, now your sender and receiver get paired. So here also receiver is connected here. Here it will display the connection established. Okay, now the connection is established between sender and receiver. Okay, see. Next thing is enter the data to send. So what data you want to send, you just give this here. Okay, now first I want to send hi means hi, hello. Okay, I just send this command to the receiver. I hit the enter button now. See the difference. This is sender side, this is the receive side. Okay, so first thing is hi. I send the hi hello. Okay, first thing is data send, that is 0h. So 0h waiting for acknowledgement. So look at here, receiver is it received this data, that is first thing is 0h, first data. Okay, first data is 0h. Next, because the sequence number, it assigned the sequence number. So here the sequence number is 0101. It will get alternate. Okay, first it sends the data to hi h. So h it will receive here as 0h. Okay, next thing is it sends the acknowledgement to this sender. Now receiver packet receive. Okay, waiting for acknowledgement. Once it sends the data, packet is received. Acknowledgement packet is received. After getting the acknowledgement, the data sends the next frame. So here next data is I. Okay, first one is out now. Now one I. So this one I will get received here. Okay, so but here in sending side, what it will do? It will wait for the acknowledgement. Okay, so packet, once the packet is get received, it sends the next data. Okay, so it sends the next data, that is 0. Here also it comes at 0, because why here only 0 means that here there will be some spaces. So in between hi and hello there will be some spaces. So it accepts as a 0 space. Here also 0 will be received. So now in receiving side, after hi they leave the some space. Okay, so in sender waiting for acknowledgement. Once packet received, it sends the next data. So next data is touch. So after 1, because here packet is 0101. Likewise, it will get alternately it will send the data. So now 1. So 1h. Okay, 1h it will send. So this here 1h will receive. But here in this space, I write the coding second scenario. Okay, sender it doesn't get the acknowledgement here. So but waiting for an acknowledgement. Within the time, okay, they are waiting for the acknowledgement. But once the time get expired, okay, time get expired, again it will resend the same data, previous frame. Okay, so now it will show the timeout resending the data. So what will happen? Previous send is what I sent the previous, and earlier I sent the 1h only. So again the same data will be sending here. That is 1h. So 1h is received at here, because already it received the 1h, but it sent the acknowledgement, but the acknowledgement is not received at the sending side, sender. Are I clear? That's why I am showing the 4 different scenario diagram to you. Okay, because still if you have any doubt, you go through the diagram, then you can get the clear idea, right? So now it sends the acknowledgement, but the acknowledgement is not that received. In between there will be some loss or discarded or whatever else it will happen there, but I don't know. But within the time I doesn't receive the acknowledgement, So what I am thinking is I send the previous data. Okay, right. So previous data is 1H, I send 1H. That is already 1H is received. So this 1H is duplicate data. This one same one. Next thing is because if it doesn't consider as duplicate data, what will happen? It will take it as the value only. Okay, received value only. So what will happen? Hi, hello, hello sentence is it will display as a double H. Okay, for that only I mentioned as a here duplicate data. So here it will consider 1H only. Right. Now waiting for an acknowledgement. It received, the packet is received. Once packet is received, it sends the next frame. So next frame is H, next to the H is E. So 0E. So 0E is sent. So once it receives the 0E, it sends the data here, waiting for an acknowledgement. So then waiting for an acknowledgement, and its packet is received. So it sends the next data. Okay, again it received here. But here in this place the data is not received. So it will get, again it will send the previous data, that is duplicate data. Okay, so likewise our packet is sending and waiting for acknowledgement. If it is not receiving the acknowledgement, it sends the previous data. Okay, so in both sender side and receive side. Finally, the data is received is hi space hello. Okay, now after display after receiving this packet, still it is waiting for the connection. Okay, if any data it will send from the receiver. So still now waiting for the connection. Now your connection is terminated here between sender and the receiver. Okay, now I hope you are clear in this program. Don't worry, I will post this source code in your description box. If you want to run this program, I go to my description box. There will be the source code link. You just copy your program and say copy your file in notepad and save as in data java extension. Okay, and go to the command prompt and you type this code and you will get the different output. Okay, you changes here packet sending packet statement, and you will see this beauty how your data is received from sender to transfer from sender to receiver, how the sender is getting the acknowledgement. Okay, so likewise, so this code is, it's all talk about that, as I said in previous 4 scenario. No, so that is the concept of this coding. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Within this, I conclude my talk with thank you, students. Thank you for watching this video.